this evening, friends. Uh, Today, in a few days, taking a bit of a rest because my ankles have been a bit swollen. So giving them a bit of downtime. As it's pouring with rain constantly anyway, I'm taking a couple of days as a lazy. Why not, eh? So I don't plan to travel too far today or this week, but I'm still going to the cottage tomorrow. We're going to have some old stories amongst ourselves and take things easy. Hopefully another party soon. I find doing the parties quite easy physically. Yeah, so my mobility for the legs comes and goes. My eyesight, I can tell it's slowly slipping, but not to some disastrous degree. I just need a pair of £5 cheapo glasses just for my vague vision. So vision's it's not too bad really. So back in my sort of mid to late 20s, and I was living in Portsmouth. That was with adult living clients, with all the challenges that they can present. We were orientated on CBT and RET. But of course, on top of that, I'd already, like I probably mentioned, did my own much further training. So we had youth projects in the evening, and they were organised around a double-decker bus as the base for it. That was a really good youth project that I was involved with. But while I was living myself, my personal life at that time in Portsmouth for that year, it was a commune for the under 30s, and they had in two groups. I think there was 8 buildings in old Portsmouth, and they were subdivided into flats. So probably had a population of about, I don't know, say 80 people, under 30s and self-governing. And of course, I was on the committee. It was quite back in the old days, and you get some really sort of organized places, and it's all very serious and whatnot. And then you get the characters. Obviously, I stayed in the character place. It's totally self-governing, and the governing was a bit variable. Basically, it had very good policy for rent. It was simple. If you had a job, you paid, and if you didn't have a job, you didn't pay for anything. Because the place was quite well off financially, and basically didn't really need the rent money. So it was a bit of a special place. And all kinds of most interesting people lived there, but not including me. I was extremely boring, as you know. One of the focuses of the place, because the government did have a focus, there was quite a big group there of people that were, because of demonstrations. It was quite common to be wandering down the high streets and the busy high street, and the people that lived in my kind of commune where I was living would be there with some blankets out, making a demonstration, and there'd always be the police there with the cameras, checking them all out, and full effort demonstrations for the G7 and all those kind of elements. Most of my neighbours had no greater wish in life other than to be arrested today. But they were pretty active on the sort of G7 focus and such like. They were all living in this commune that's self-governing. As long as you're under 30, you were very hard to touch. Nobody could evict you because you really owned the place. So there was a lot of active demonstrations and such, quite used to policemen with cameras following you everywhere you go. Always a humour. Yeah, so while I was in Portsmouth doing all these other more sort of efforts and contributions, there was also our contributions to the management of the G7. The G7 does need some management from the locals. I'm sure you all agree with that. They still do. So yeah, for the moment, taking a few days easy, giving the legs a bit of a rest. My mobility is the measure really of how I'm doing in myself, really, in all ways, and they're pretty not bad. I need a bit of a rest period, but I'm still going strong, frankly. Good news for me, particularly as the autumn passes and the boat yard will completely fill with boats for the winter, and that brings into the yard friends I have that I've known for years in the boat yards, and that means cakes have arrived. Because basically everybody knows that I'm the cake man. And now normally I burn about 8,000 calories of energy every day and don't become a bloater from cakes, but I'm just concentrating on the cakes. So this is a lemon one. I just got this one. Very nice. That'll all be gone tomorrow. Yes, all the important things in life are going well. Cakes are, supplies are good.